Wow, 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 ladies and gentlemen, this is insane. I mean, talk about just blowing up the Saturday, insane. I can't believe this is happening. So much to say. Obviously, we are still learning information. You know why you're in this chat. You understand why you're watching live. We just understand that Trump has survived an assassination attempt. Terrifying for so many reasons. Most of all, terrifying because so many of us feared this. We feared this was going to happen, and we were poo-pooed. You're conspiracy theorists. What are you talking about? I kid you not. I kid you not. When I say that I just did an interview, I think it was Russell Brand, and I was asked, who do you want to be the VP for Donald Trump? And I said, I want him to pick somebody that is so America first that they won't bother assassinating him. And I said, I know that sounds like a conspiracy theory, but I believe that the deep state is this desperate to get rid of him. And I'm fearful that if you pick someone like a Nikki Haley, they'll just kill him. That's what I actually said. I actually said this during an interview. I think it was Russell Brand. It may have been someone else. I've been doing so many interviews lately. But this is what we feared. And again, we were called conspiracy theorists for believing this because, you know, some people are still living within this illusion that everything is totally normal in America and really Trump guy bad, orange man bad, everybody else is just crazy and becoming a conspiracy theorist. No, we are not crazy. We are not becoming a conspiracy theorist. We are recognizing reality. And the reality is they want him gone. They want him gone. They want Donald Trump gone. You guys, first and foremost, I just want to show you some of these pictures. Obviously, a lot of this is going to be not as perfect as our show normally is put together because we're pulling this stuff in as quickly as we can. First off, this photo just won the election. All jokes aside, I saw this and I can't even describe how I felt looking at this. Look at this man right here, bloodied, just having had his ear grazed. By the way, in case you're missing the details, at a Pennsylvania rally. Okay, he's at a rally, shots start ringing out. Trump, you can see, and we're going to show you this video right now. My editor just joined us. Trump didn't really know what was going on. We're going to have that video for you shortly. And then he goes, you know, stop, stop, stop. After he gets shot, grazed in the ear, and he just puts his fist up like that with the American, look at this photo. Tell me, take my money, Trump. Take all my votes, Trump. Take whatever, take my house, Trump, okay? Because I'm voting for that man right there. Unbelievable. In a moment where he didn't know, because you can't even imagine, right? You imagine yourself getting shot. You imagine the adrenaline of recognizing, and you've got blood coming out of your ear. And this man comes to his senses and realizes that he's got to be the bravest person in the room. And he just pumps his fist. He just pumped his fist. And somebody, whoever captured that photo, my goodness, take every photography award seriously. Now, I'm not even saying this not to make this a severe conversation or a severe topic. Obviously, it is. But this is tremendous. I think this so embodies the Donald J. Trump that we know and that we love, a person that will fight for America when America is under attack. Now we're talking about an individual that is fighting for America. That image says so much. When they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, that is what they are talking about. And when we have that video, Chris, you let me know. We're going to run it so you can actually hear him say this. And he just goes, wait. In all the craziness, I'm going to be the strong one for this country. And he puts his fist up. And I think that is absolutely incredible. So ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, let me give you some details about what went down today. And I'm getting this information minute to minute. If we learn something else, obviously, we will update it. We won't know more until time passes. So what we have here is it says that he was rushed off stage. Obviously, again, we'll show you that video by Secret Service in Butler, Pennsylvania. He was giving his speech. Gunfire appeared to break out shortly after Trump began speaking on Saturday evening. The former president had just begun to fire up the crowd when as many as 5 shots were heard, and he went down surrounded by Secret Service agents. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. This is what Trump was saying. Again, we're going to show you that video. And look what happened to our country. This is what he was saying right before the gunfire ran out. And you can see when we show you this video that there's this moment of confusion because I'm sure the last thing he thought was maybe he thought it was going to be a protest or maybe somebody's got a gun. You don't think someone's actually going to take an attempt on your life. And thank God, seriously, praise God that this person obviously did not have a good shot. Maybe somebody intervened, who knows? Maybe somebody saw the person pull the gun and they jumped on him, but this person missed. And the crowd, and I'm praying, we need to wait and see if there's more information. We're all praying that everybody that was around, whoever this was that shot, is safe. We have to actually pray for their safety. I mean, you can't imagine how frantic of a scene that must have been when you think you're here to hear the president speak only, and then suddenly you realize somebody is taking an attempt on his life. That is very, very scary indeed. Now, he has already released a statement. Britt, did you have that statement? Do you want to pull that up for me? I want to make sure I can read that. Let me just open this really quickly because we're getting this minute to minute. But Donald Trump has already released a statement, and the first thing that he did in it, which is the most Trump thing you could possibly do, is he thanked the police officers and security and the first responders, which is unbelievably Trumpian, I guess is the best thing to say. He's not even thinking about himself. The first person that he thanks is the people that kept him alive. And he recognizes that those are the brave people that are around him, the Secret Service agents that are around him, and the first responders. And hopefully all that was grazed was his ear. Hold on one second, guys. I'm just trying to pull up this this photo here because I want to see if we can get that for you. Chris, how are we doing on that video?
Candace, we got the video.
You got the video? Okay, let's actually go to this video that I'm going to show you of what Trump did in the seconds following him having been shot at. Take a look at this, guys.
No.
The airdrop's not working. Can you just text it? Thank you.
No.
Unbelievable. Again, unbelievable. He's like, wait, actually, I realize this. He could have been shot in the chest. I mean, in that confusion, there's no way he knew what was going on other than knowing that he had blood dripping down him, and he paused to take a stand there and show people that he was still strong. All right, so we have people that are tweeting on Twitter about this. His communications director, this is Donald Trump's communications director, his name is Stephen Chung. He said, President Trump thanks law enforcement and first responders for their quick action taken during this heinous act. He is fine and he is being checked out at a local medical facility. More details will follow. So right away, we know that he's okay, which should make everybody feel grateful. Obviously, God was with him because this could have been a terrifying situation. And now you just think, where do you go from here? Where do we actually go from here as a country? Well, what's likely going to happen is what always happens when something crazy goes down in this country. They're going to find the individual that did this, and then probably the left, after saying, we're glad Trump is okay, see if you can pull some messages like what's AOC saying on Twitter, what's Hillary Clinton saying on Twitter. First off, where is Hillary Clinton? Because come on, okay? We just need to make sure we know where Hillary Clinton is. But they're gonna do their usual bit and then talk about gun control, and someone's gonna make an off-color joke about it, and we're gonna be understandably upset, as we should be. But we should expect this from the left. We should expect very little compassion and just an opportunity for them to, well, maybe, of course, we're glad he's okay, but maybe if they would give us all their guns, then this situation wouldn't have happened. But in reality, what I think is the bigger question that we're all asking ourselves is, who did this? Okay, who did this? And I don't know that we're ever going to get a clear answer on this. And what I'm tired of is not getting a full picture of what's happened in any of these events, right? So they're going to say somebody was crazy, somebody did this person did this, and then it's just going to be pushed away. But there is something here that feels more sinister to me, right? And I hate to be the person that gets conspiratorial here, but considering that it was the conspiracy theorists that were worried that something like this might happen, who's driving this at this event? Like, who is this individual? What are we going to learn about this individual? Who do you guys think is going to be behind this assassination attempt of Trump? I'm looking at you guys. I'm going to jump into the chat right here. This person says, Candace, do you think the CIA is involved? Well, what I will say is, if the CIA is involved, we're not going to find out, because every time they are involved, they basically virtually sweep us up under the rug. I mean, like I said, for those of you who have read that book, Chaos, that I am demanding everybody read, because it goes into the 60s and it goes into the MK Ultra program, and it tells you about the COINTELPRO program, and it also tells you that movie that we all watched and thought that it was just a movie, the Denzel Washington Manchurian Candidate, no, that was real, okay? This actually happened. The CIA was establishing Manchurian candidates, people that were essentially driven crazy, given trigger words so that they would go and shoot somebody and kill somebody. But in reality, these people were being trained assassins, not even knowing they were being trained assassins, because of psychological programs that the CIA was running in the 60s. That's a reality that we have to face, okay? So while everyone else is going to be all buttoned up, and if you're watching Fox News and CNN, we're waiting for official information. Who's giving you that official information? Is it the same people that are trying to kill him? Is it the same people that have been using increasing rhetoric that might inspire other people to want to kill him? Because I'd rather not wait for the official information, okay? I would like to understand what's actually happening. So yes, to answer your question, I have concerns. I have concerns that which I think are completely understandable and justifiable when we are leading up to an election and all of America is fearful that something might happen to Trump because they hate him in a way that I have never seen. Ever seen hatred towards this one individual like never before. And we know what the reason is, because Trump is not in their club, okay? Let's just face it. Democracy is an illusion. They've been picking presidents for who knows how long, and Trump came along and they didn't think twice about it. They thought there's no way this man's going to win. The full media was against him, and somehow he got through. He beat Hillary Clinton. It shocked them. The establishment did not win the 2016 election. So what did they do? Well, in 2020, they rigged the game. I mean, this is something Don Lemon asked me the other day. Do you think the 2020 election was rigged, Candace? Do you think the 2020? Yes. Yes. Check. Oh, what do you feel about people calling you a conspiracy theorist? I don't care if you're calling me a conspiracy theorist. I literally don't care, because I know the origins of that term when it entered the American lexicon. It was created by the CIA to distract us from understanding that they are in control of a lot of things that are happening in our country. Then he says to me, oh, Candace, do you think that our government had something to do with JFK's shooting? Yes, that's pretty obvious. Because if you're going to make me believe that our government would lock down the files and there wouldn't be a manhunt and all the information given to the American public in the same way that they did for grandmas that were walking the Capitol, they locked down the files. So we don't want any of your help trying to figure out who shot JFK, a Catholic president. But yeah, the grandmas walking into the Capitol on January 6th, we want all the files, putting up things I've never seen in D.C., pick people's pictures. Can you help us find this person? This person is a suspect for walking in the Capitol building like they were walking through a museum. Seriously, that actually happened. But no, in the JFK stuff, they just wanted to button it down. Warren Commission report. That's it. Everybody move on with your life. Sitting president shot. Don't worry about it. And then what did they do a couple years ago? They declassified and said, oh, we think Russia did it. Oh, you think Russia did it? Oh, okay. So Russia shot a sitting president. We didn't go to war. We didn't go to war. They took out a lead, and we didn't go to war at that time. And said you locked down the files for decades. Yeah, you can miss me with this BS. I am so tired of it. I am so tired of people lying. I am so tired of people being fearful. I am so tired of us not having an honest conversation about how corrupt this country is. We shouldn't even be talking about how corrupt the country is. We're talking about how long this country has been corrupt. You guys, you just let me know if we have any more videos that we can show, because there's a second video I'd like you to pull, Chris, of actually when the shots were being fired, you can see his ear get grazed. You have it? All right, great. Let's... All right, it's coming in shortly, guys. We're going to show you that video. You have to see this. And let's go back and just show the video that you just showed again, because we have so many people jumping on right now. We're over 20K live watching. And for those who have just joined, we're going to again watch that video of what Trump did immediately after having been shot. Grazed in his ears, what we're being told. Take a look.
No.
Okay, great. Yes. Wait. We got this, America. We got this, America. I'm hearing a live update right now. My sister who is here is telling me that they're saying that they believe that the shooter may be shot. So here is just some up to the date minute. It says the Butler County District Attorney has said the shooter is dead. Former President Donald Trump was grazed by gunfire during Saturday's rally in Pennsylvania. The Butler County District Attorney Richard Goldinger was told Washington Post reporter that the person who fired the shots is dead. That is according to Goldinger. And again, that is the Butler County District Attorney. Okay, so likely story. We're going to find out nothing. That's what that means. So if that is in fact the truth, if that the shooter is dead, this is kind of like the whole JFK thing, you know. Oh, this guy definitely did it. He definitely did it. But then there was a person that shot the guy who shot the guy, and then we hear nothing else. All we then get is Operation Mockingbird, right? And a bunch of journalists telling us that if you have any other questions, you're a crazy person. So that's it. We button this up. If this information is correct, now they get to write the story that they want to write. They get to say, oh, we found his Facebook page, which has been pulled down, so you guys can't crawl through it. They've already pre-pulled down. They're actually right now, they're pulling down all the social media pages because they don't want you guys doing any journalism. No. Let us, trust us, people that have lied to you about everything. Trust us when we now tell you the narrative of what happened to this individual. Well, this individual, he was likely a Trump supporter, right? A Trump supporter. He probably loved the Second Amendment. And that is why this happened. And then, yep, that's what they're going to do. They're going to sell us a story. And then when people begin poking holes and asking questions, and they virtually delete this person's entire life off of social media, they are going to gaslight us and they're going to call us crazy. I find this to be unacceptable. Giving you some comments. We are getting some. What's that?
Check your text. Apparently,
yep.
There's one source identifying the shooter.
Okay, we have one source that is identifying the shooter. First and foremost, I'll just cut here and tell you what Gavin Newsom has said. He has posted in a post on X that violence has no place in our democracy. My thoughts are with Trump and everyone impacted at the rally today, he wrote. Okay, that is the correct thing to write first. Let's see what he's going to be saying tomorrow. They are saying that Trump was not hit by a bullet, rather a bullet hit his teleprompter, thankfully, and the glass struck him by the ear. We're also told 2 people at the rally were hit by gunfire. Goodness, let's pray for them. Seriously, gosh. And they are in the hospital. My goodness, that is awful. That is just an awful update. I can't even imagine. I mean, to just think that you can't go to a rally to support your president without being put in a situation like that is awful. Genuinely, you guys, pray for those individuals. You don't know their names, but pray for them tonight. We do not know their condition, is what is being reported. Sources say the shooter was taken down by the Secret Service. Okay, what we have next is that, oh gosh, another update. An audience member was killed. So one of the 2 individuals lost their life. Again, we are getting these reports live. This is awful, awful. And a second person is in serious condition. This is unimaginable. This is genuinely unimaginable that this would happen. And I just have no words. Goodness, pray for their families. It's as soon as we get names, guys, we will let you know so that you can offer their prayers if we can hear anything more about them tonight while we are live. What did you say, Mark?
There was one person releasing a name. I don't know if I'd run that.
Okay, one person is releasing a name. Could you just throw me what that is? Throw me what that name is. I don't want to obviously put it out there. I'm going to take a look at this, guys, just to see what we've got going on here. Okay, so Tommy Robinson is releasing a person's name. So he's someone that is well known. I am going to say what Tommy wrote about this person rather than saying the person's name. The reports are that this person is blank, a well-known Antifa extremist. He reportedly uploaded a video on YouTube before the attack titled "Justice Was Coming." Okay, so I am a person that fully believes that Antifa is being run by our government. It's been obvious to me from day one that Antifa is being run by our government because our government has never been able to trace down Antifa. It is very obvious to me that Antifa has been run like any other communist cell that you have seen all across human history. And the fact that our state refuses to prosecute Antifa while they insist on prosecuting actual patriots, right? As we saw during the prosecutions of the very many people who simply went to go hear Trump speak on January 6th. Not even that, the intimidation tactics on January 6th. I had friends who are from Stamford, Connecticut, who didn't even go into the Capitol building and had FBI show up at their door because they were caught on surveillance photo at the rally, okay? That's how organized our state can be when it wants to be. But Antifa, no, forget it. No. In fact, Antifa gets away with everything. The only time I've ever seen these individuals who mask up and their faces, they're never pursued by the state. These people have been able to burn down entire cities and not be pursued by the state. And even when they do get caught burning down a state, as was the case in New York City, there was an individual who threw a Molotov cocktail into a police cruiser and ended up being a Yale graduate. They were released back into the public. So I am very much not comfortable with the idea. Again, guys, if you're just joining, we are learning that the person who did this, and again, this is being alleged by Tommy Robinson, is a well-known Antifa extremist. He reportedly uploaded a video on YouTube before the attack titled "Justice Was Coming." And again, what will they say? They'll say that we're all conspiracy theorists. Well, we're conspiracy theorists for knowing that Antifa never gets prosecuted. Therefore, clearly Antifa has some sort of an agreement with our government, who wants, in my viewpoint, and I think the viewpoint of a lot of Americans, the deep state wants Donald Trump dead. They want him dead before they would ever allow him to go back into the White House. And I don't know why that is. I don't know why it is that they feel this way about him. I mean, they have not let up going after this man and this man's family from the moment he came down the escalator. There has not even been a day break from the moment this man came down the escalator. They have not let up. And now we are seeing how extreme they're willing to become, right? They changed laws to go after this man. E. Jean Carroll changed an entire New York City law, right? This sort of aged out. This case should not have been brought at all. And they said, you know what, actually, you can bring a case from 20 years ago. You don't even need evidence. Oh, are you asking for 10 million? What do we give you 800 million? We just want to bankrupt this guy. This is what is actually happening in the United States of America. While you still have commentators, these people that are, in my view, utterly feckless, that are trying to tell you that we are the conspiracy theorists. We're the conspiracy theorists. Oh my God, everything around us. We radically changed the election in 2020 for an invisible virus. If you have no symptoms, you're still sick, stay at home, mask up, save lives. Oh, everyone's gonna get a mail-in ballot. Do you think that there was some sort of an intervention in the 2020? You think the election was stolen? These are their psychological tactics. They keep gaslighting us, okay? Because psychology has always been the name of the game in this country. And so right now they are already thinking about how they are going to sell to the public that what happened was just a random Antifa person. Antifa, nothing to do with the government. No, of course, this person just got out of hand. Let me tell you guys something right now. You need to study real history, not what you are learning in a textbook, because everything, okay, virtually everything that you are learning in the textbooks at school are lies. That's reality. They are lies. You need to understand how these awful ideas that are ruining our country were even brought here. They were always terrorists, okay? America inherited a bunch of Bolsheviks that came over. That is a fact. Following the 1880 or 1881 assassination of the Tsar in Russia, okay, under the guise of pogroms, in which obviously there were innocent people that were there, but then there were other people who said, okay, I have a chance to get out of this country, and they just came to America. And America just kept allowing these psychopaths who had killed a Tsar and then brutally murdered the Romanov family years later. There was no process of filtrating between who are the Bolsheviks and who are actually innocent victims. And we allowed them into this country, okay? And they are playing the exact same hand in this country, exactly how they did it. Before, they were pamphleteering. They were passing out pamphlets, propaganda, okay? Getting people to want to rage against the state, making people believe that, oh, this is so horrible. Tsar Nicholas, he's absolutely terrible. I think it was Alexander Solzhenitsyn who wrote in his book, oh, he was so terrible. But under his reign, 17 people were put to death. How many millions and millions of people were then killed when social justice was achieved in the gulags? How many Christians were murdered and assassinated when social justice was achieved and the Tsar was removed? This is the reality that we are facing in this country. Psychopaths, absolute psychopaths, who lie and feel nothing, who murder and feel nothing, okay? Who do little more than right now they're sending out messages to all their little homies in the media and telling them this is the narrative, okay? Anything else said is going to be deemed a conspiracy theory. Wake up, okay? Wake up, world. These aren't conspiracy theories. We're fighting evil people in this country. They just tried to assassinate Donald Trump, but now that person's dead. We're going to hear no more. We're going to hear no more about that individual if what Tommy Robinson is tweeting is true and if that individual is, in fact, an Antifa member. Guys, we have a lot of people jumping on right now. I want to again show some clips. Chris, do you have that first clip in of the shots ringing out? Okay. Yeah. So let's just show the actual moments where Donald Trump was shot at. Take a look.
You see something that said, take a look at what happened. Oh.
That's unreal. Unreal, you guys. Let's actually watch that again because there's so much that I want to take in there. Let's watch that again. Play it again.
You see something that said, take a look at what happened. Oh.
listen, I have no words. I have no words. We are losing this country. I am just absolutely sickened, not even by what just happened, not only by what you just saw, but by what I know is going to follow this, which is dishonest discourse. Dishonest discourse, that's it. Dishonest, like, we are not going to be told the truth about anything. As far as we're concerned, what happened is already over, because now it's just going to be a massive cover-up where we are not going to show anything. What we do know, okay, following the BLM riots, is that Antifa is an organized cell that is given permission from our federal government, okay? That's what I'm going to present as a fact. You can fact check that, okay? I know, this has not been proven to be true. Evidence, we don't have any evidence to support your claims. Everyone knows what's been happening in this country is organized, okay? Everyone knows that is unacceptable. You have to be a conspiracy theorist to believe that while we caught every grandma on January 6th, we still don't know who dropped off the pipe bombs at the DNC and the RNC headquarters the night before, okay? You have to be a conspiracy theorist or fully asleep or high out of your mind to not believe that elements of what is happening in this country is coordinated and that anybody who is telling the truth, anybody, myself included, is at risk, okay? You can sense their frustration. You can sense the media's frustration because they know that more and more people don't trust them. They know that more and more people are pursuing independent voices because they can look around and see that we are losing this country, that we have very much become a communist country. They're lying about wars. They're lying about what they're doing overseas. We've never been taxed more. Money is going out the door. The inflation is insane, yet we're being told there's some moral cause, something more moral than our own borders. There is a coordinated effort happening at the border. We have fear. I have fear. I'm sure you have fear that they are planning a false flag attack of some sort. Why else are we getting single men from Kazakhstan coming over the border in droves? They clearly want a world war, and they will do anything to get it. And like I said, study history, actual history, not what you are told, not the garbage that you are taught in school about the things that have happened in this country, about the desperate things that they have done to get what they want, including assassinating prior presidents. You know that what I am telling you is the truth. You feel it. You feel it in your soul. You understand. You're looking around you and you know that things are really bad right now. And while we are blessed beyond measure and we should thank God that Trump survived this, they're not going to stop. They are not going to stop at just this. You guys, what we have right now is former President George W. Bush issued a statement as well. He wrote, "Laura and I are grateful that President Trump is safe following the cowardly attack on his life. And we commend the men and women of the Secret Service for their speedy response." Okay, that's a nice comment. I don't know if we have anything else that is coming in from other people. We also have this from Senator Chuck Schumer. He wrote, "I am horrified by what happened at the Trump rally in Pennsylvania and relieved that former President Trump is safe. Political violence has no place in our country." Okay, I would say I'm nice that everyone's sharing nice words, but these are also people that have very much condoned political violence when it comes to furthering what they want done in this country. Okay, but that's the reality. They are actually okay with political violence as long as they get what they want in the end. And again, going back to my conversation with Don Lemon, he was essentially saying Ashley Babbitt deserved to get what she got on January 6th, but wouldn't say the same for all the police officers who lost their lives throughout the George Floyd riots. Because for them, political violence is a tool to get what they want. And so I am sorry that I do not have the grace or the patience when it comes to people like Senator Chuck Schumer tweeting, pretending that he is not okay with political violence when we know very much they actually are. We have Senator Chris Murphy, also a Democratic senator, I think out of Connecticut, who said we should all condemn what happened today, and I'm hoping for the health of the former president and everyone else at the rally. And House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries said that his thoughts and prayers are with former President Trump, and he expressed thanks for the decisive law enforcement in response. Okay, again, what else are they going to actually say? They have to say that. I don't believe these people don't condone political violence. Somebody just commented, I'm just going to jump into the chat here, guys, to see what you guys are saying. They fired the first shot, says one person. No honor. I pray for Trump. Alex Jones predicted this. Yeah, too many people predicted this. And by the way, a lot of people did not understand. Candace, you're turning your back. Why are you supporting Vivek Ramaswamy? Nobody was listening to what Vivek Ramaswamy was saying at the very beginning of this thing. He expressed so clearly what I knew in my heart to be true. He said that it was very obvious to him that they had a plan for Trump, that he believed that they were going to try to make it a two-person race between him and Nikki Haley, and that if that happened, he felt, and this was expressed again by Vivek Ramaswamy, that they could potentially assassinate President Trump. He actually said that. He thought there was always a plan that could have taken place where they could have assassinated Trump. And I have been saying that in interviews, and I'm going, I know, everyone thinks this is a conspiracy theory, but who he picks as his VP matters. Because if his number two is someone that they believe that they can control, whether it's via blackmail, okay, and Epstein-type blackmail, or if it's someone that they believe will be a better option than Trump, they will get rid of him. I hope now nobody is thinking that that's a conspiracy theory. I hope these rumors that he's thinking about, potentially tapping Nikki Haley are complete crap, okay? He needs to tap someone like Thomas Massie. Thomas Massie is someone who cannot be controlled by dollars, who cannot be controlled by lobbying. We need somebody who they would look at and go, actually, that would be a worse option for president. And that is why I truly now believe with what is going on right now, I want Thomas Massie to be the vice president of the United States. That is my number one pick for president of the United States, for vice president of the United States is Thomas Massie, given what is going on right now. Because I believe he is the only person in Congress who has shown that, or one of the only people in Congress, I should say, who has exemplified that he will not be controlled and that he doesn't care about being liked. Again, this is terrifying, absolutely terrifying. What do you got for me?
Candace, we have a 4-minute video of someone who allegedly witnessed the shooter.
Okay.
React to it live.
All right, guys. So we have a 4-minute video that's coming in right now of somebody who alleges to have actually seen the shooting. So this is somebody who's on the ground, actually witnessed the shooting. Obviously, you could see the faces of the people behind and just how confused and shocked they were, and looking at President Trump, probably wondering whether or not he was dead once they saw the blood. We have this individual that we're going to pull in right now. I'm going to be watching this with you guys live. Let's see what this individual says happened.
Someone who was here. You weren't inside the event,
Nope.
But you were just outside. Tell us what you saw and why.
So we had a party here all day. You can see behind us at the Brinkles Farming Greenhouse here. We had a party, and we all decided, hey, when we hear Trump up there, we're going to walk up through the field, stand by the trees up there under the shade, and watch and listen to the rally. Right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up. And probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, But we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, and, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at them for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? This is not a big place.
Did you see, obviously everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, just be careful because we don't quite know who's watching, but you're pretty sure they shot the guy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
It's incredibly shocking.
The guy was on the roof right there. You can see the white roof. Right there.
Did you get a look at him? Could you?
No, other than he was in muted colors, tan type clothing. We saw the rifle flinging around as he was trying to crawl. I mean, we saw the rifle, 100%.
Do you know about guns? Do you know what kind of weapon it was?
Oh, I absolutely know about guns, for sure. No, I mean, it was a rifle of some sort. I wouldn't know, I wasn't close enough to read the label on it, but,
sure. But
it was a rifle of some sort. Yeah, absolutely.
So how do you process what you've just seen?
I don't know what to say, man. All I'll tell you is, if I walked up close to there with anything that Secret Service considered a problem, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you right now. But I don't know why a guy who we're standing there pointing out to police and Secret Service is crawling up the roof.
Were you outside the security perimeter?
Yes, right there by that tree. We were outside the security perimeter. But my question is, there's only a few buildings around here. Why is Secret Service not at every building here?
Well, there's a whole bunch of questions I think that are going to come.
There's a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah.
Trump flag on the horse?
Yes, she was right in front of me. She kept going back and forth right in front of me. Yes.
Tell us about her.
I mean, nice horse, nice lady running with a flag. Seemed very, patriotic.
But what's the significance of her?
No, he asked me if I saw a horse.
Okay.
You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Let me say something right now. Take this to the bank, okay? That person was allowed to scale that roof, okay? I am not some individual who's trying to assess the situation and have never been around the President of the United States. While Trump was in office, okay, was around him a lot. And let me tell you something. The Secret Service, there is no person that can get around the perimeter of the Secret Service where Donald Trump is without them being aware of it. I am not kidding when I say that my husband once almost got shot by the Secret Service because he came down a staircase. I was speaking at the NRA, and he snaked in and came down, and they didn't know who he was. And they were like, freeze. Like, we will shoot you right now. So you're telling me that guy walked up and was trying to get the attention. The Secret Service saw him, and he's pointing, and he's saying, this guy's got a gun, and they're pretending they don't know what's going on? I mean, am I crazy? Do you guys actually believe this was a failure in intelligence? All of these Secret Service agents crawling around, and you don't think just what that guy said, that is common sense, okay? They're trying to now tell us that common sense is a conspiracy. That is the new thing that they're trying to tell the public. Common sense is a conspiracy. You're telling me this guy was able to walk up with a rifle in his hand and scale a roof, and you don't think the Secret Service, and let me tell you, they get there days before. Let me tell you how a security apparatus is supposed to run. Days before, they get in and they look at every possible angle in which somebody could hurt the president, okay? And I'm not even talking about once you get to the Secret Service. I'm talking about if you just have security in general. Before you speak, they will go, hey, this is the stage? Okay, let me tell you, that right there is a problem. They'll mark that as a spot. That right there is a problem. We need to know who this person is. They'll knock on doors, okay? They got to figure out every possible angle that any individual could potentially get on a roof, because you know what? This has happened in the past. People have been shot from roofs. People have been shot from windows. There is a 0% chance that some random person with a rifle was able to scale a roof, unless there was just an unbelievable failure in intelligence. And you want to know why it's unbelievable? Because I don't effing believe it. I don't believe it. I want the names of the Secret Service agents that allowed this remarkable security failure to go down. Because I don't believe this. I'm done with this. I don't believe this, not for 1 second. Having been around the president, having literally almost watched my husband get shot because he came down the wrong set of stairs at the NRA, screaming at him. And I jump in front of someone like, don't shoot him, that's my husband. And you're telling me they knew he was gonna speak and they weren't worried about the roofs? A roof with an angle to shoot the president. This guy says 50 yards away. He watched this. And it wasn't like he scaled it silently. That guy looks incredulous because he knows it is incredulous, okay? He's going, they're asking, well, what do you mean? Did you tell me? Yeah, I told them. I'm sitting here going like this, right here. Someone has a rifle on a roof. This man was allowed like time to set up. Do you understand what that witness is telling us right there? Now he's dead. Oh, then suddenly they snapped back into life, guys, and they just took him out. They blew his head off. Nothing to see here, guys. He missed his shot. And he's an Antifa person. Antifa has nothing to do with the state. Let me ask you something, world. Do you buy this shit? Oh yeah, do you buy it? Do you buy it? Because if you're buying this, I'm about to sell you guys all sorts of stuff. If you're buying this narrative that's coming out slowly, I'm a Nigerian prince. Answer my emails. Send me $1 million. Give me your credit card digits. Because I'm not buying this. I am not buying this because I know better. I know better because I have been around the President of the United States. When he was a sitting President of the United States, I know how the Secret Service operates. Okay? There is no, oh my God, emergency. They would freak out if you even did this and jumped too much. You might get shot when you are near the President. When he is actually on stage, they would have scaled everywhere around. Listen to me, okay? They would have scaled everywhere. In fact, in a normal situation, one of them would have been stationed so that they could just be watching in case there was someone that you had to shoot. That's pretty regular after, a president got shot in broad daylight way back when. I'm not buying this. I am literally not buying this at all.
I have an interview with someone who apparently helped one of the victims who was shot.
Okay, we have an interview right now that's rolling in, guys. We're going to bring in an interview with somebody who apparently saw one of the individuals who got shot. Now, again, just to remind you, 2 people got shot. We learned, and this information could develop later, that one of them has lost their lives tragically. Another person is apparently in very serious condition, and this person helped one of these individuals. Let's cut to this interview.
That's exactly where I heard him come from.
What did you see, sir?
I heard the shots. I thought it was firecrackers to begin with. Somebody over there was screaming, he's been shot. So I made my way over. I said, I'm an emergency department physician. Let me help you. The guy had spun around, was jammed between the benches. He had a headshot here. There was lots of blood, and he had brain matter there. And so I got him. There's a helicopter coming in to get him. I got people there really helpful. I got
Was
him
there only
up
one
on a
person
bench.
shot that you saw?
Then I did CPR, did chest compressions as well as I breathed for him.
One person.
I was the only one that did it.
We need to evacuate everybody.
I have chills right now looking at that because do you know what I want to say about that? I don't know what that man's name is. This, while the media is lying to you, telling you that the people who support Trump are just a bunch of racists, right? That is the average Trump supporter that you just saw. A person heroic enough to jump in, not knowing if his life is safe, after seeing somebody who was shot, to jump in and to provide assistance. Look at that man with blood all over him trying to save somebody's life at risk to his own. And allow the media to again try to sell to the public that the Trump supporters are just backwards racist people. No, you the media, you the mainstream media pundits, okay? You guys are the backwards people. I just reserve such animosity for these people for painting the guy that you just saw, okay, who risked his life to save somebody else's, who you can see is just in a state of trauma. I can only imagine when you are processing in that moment, really try to picture you guys being in that moment, realizing that president is potentially shot at, somebody in front of you has just been shot. I think he said in the head. Did I hear that correctly, Mark? Did he say in the head?
Yeah.
Okay? Somebody's just been shot in the head, and your instinct is to jump in and try to save that person's life. Okay? He tried to save somebody's life. And he's going to go home, and we're going to give it a week, maybe even tomorrow. And Rachel Maddow's going to pop up there and tell America what Trump supporters are, right? They're always the backwards people. They want to pull the country backwards, you know? No, they're hardworking Americans who would sacrifice their lives for other people and for this country, and many of them have. And they, like so many people in the world, so many people in America in particular, recognize that something is wrong. Something is very wrong. Evil has taken a hold of the West. There's no other way to say it. There's a darkness right now in this country. And we recognize that we have a sliver of hope. If we're going to turn this thing around, we have a sliver of hope. And that hope is only going to be found in individuals that are willing to take a stand. Individuals that are willing to take figurative bullets from the media. And now, in this circumstance, Trump stopped taking figurative bullets and almost took a literal bullet. Again, guys, in case you are just joining, we are hearing that the glass ricocheted off of the teleprompter, and so Trump may not have actually been hit by a bullet. It may have been glass that punctured his ear and caused the blood. Again, we will be getting up-to-date information. We do know that 2 individuals were shot. That has been, and one of them, as you just saw, shot in the head. I'm not sure of that person's condition. We have heard that one of them has died, and we are just trying to see what the minute-to-minute information is that is happening here. It is just a tremendous day right now. It is tremendous for a lot of reasons. We're just going to try to see if I have any more updates here in terms of anybody that is tweeting. Britt, I'm going to go to you right now to see if we've got any updates. President Barack Obama has just issued a statement. He is saying there is absolutely no place for political violence in our democracy. I'm just going to have to pause right there. You're just going to have to miss me with this BS.
Apparently, Biden told donors on a private call this afternoon, it's time to put Trump in the bullseye.
Wow. Okay. Well, apparently, Biden told donors in a private call this afternoon that it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. So maybe he's just got some remarkable timing there. We are seeing from a statement from Robert F. Kennedy has said, now is the time for every American who loves our country to step back from the division, renounce all violence, and unite in prayer for President Trump and his family. I don't know, guys. Every person who loves our country to step back from the division, these people don't love our country. That is the point. They are ruining this country. They are being bid to the highest donor. We don't even have congressmen that are willing to take a stand for this country because they get to D.C. and all they do is say, well, who's paying? Is it Big Pharma? Is it AIPAC? Is the ADL? I'll vote however I'm supposed to vote so I can keep fattening my pockets. So I wish we could look at that statement and say, yes, you are right. Let's take a step back and unite. But that's not reality, okay? The reality is just what happened has been a slow walk of what has been condoned over the last 4 years, okay? The media has been in lockstep, increasing their rhetoric, not just against Trump, but against Trump supporters, encouraging violence through very many different means, whether it's encouraging violence to get the vote that you want. We don't want Brett Kavanaugh. Now the girls go. Insurrections are fine. Storm the Capitol building. Sit in offices. Sit in Mitch McConnell's office. Do whatever you want. Chase down senators in halls. Stop the vote as they did on that day. Fast forward a few months. Did grandmas walk into the Capitol? This is an insurrection. A day that will live in infamy. America will never come back from this. Unfortunately, Robert F. Kennedy, I wish that we could just say, let's all take a pause here and recognize that we need to come together. But the reality is that this happened today because there is and I believe, a small group in this country, and actually I know it's got to be very small because they wouldn't be doing this if they thought that they were the majority. If they thought they had the majority and they could win this election through the right means, they wouldn't be doing this, right? You would say this isn't a problem. They would be back in 2016, arrogant, speaking down to us, referring to people as deplorables, getting Beyonce and Jay-Z to walk on a stage because you've got this in the bag, throwing concerts, not even preparing a recession speech because you're expecting yourselves to win. They're not there. They know they can't win. They know they cannot win. So what are they going to do? They're going to cheat. They're going to try to assassinate Donald Trump. And those of us that have said this, whether it's Alex Jones, whether it's me, who have said, it's time to get real. I don't care. I don't care what is said about me. I could care less. I literally don't think I could care less about the media every single day attacking me. I don't care. Call me whatever you want. I'll catch them. I'm racist, white supremacist, self-hating black person, Holocaust night. I don't care. I don't care. That is how desperate we are to get this country back. We need people to be brave, to not care about the mainstream media and to tell the truth, to start speaking and not being concerned whether or not they're going to be called conspiracy theorists, being willing to untether themselves from the system, from people that are threatening you. You're going to lose everything if you don't toe a line. We've already lost everything in this country. So stop being fearful. Stop being fearful. Because this is the reality, okay? We have to fight for this country. I'm just looking again here at some more comments that are coming up. Let's see what we've got you guys saying here. Just jumping into the chat real quick. First, I will say, what is this, Senator Chris? We got Senator Chris, we got Robert F. Kennedy, Barack Obama, just completing his sentence, by the way, completing his statement, rather. He said there is absolutely no place for political violence in our democracy. He added that while details were still scarce, we should all be relieved that the former president wasn't seriously hurt and use this moment to recommit ourselves to civility and respect in our politics. Anybody buying that? Anybody buying that from Barack Obama? Just asking you a question. Anybody buying that? Anybody believe when he tweets that he means that? Was I alive in 2020 and 2016? Anybody alive for the summer of love? Do you guys believe when these people are tweeting it? Or are you like me? Am I being cynical? Or do you believe that a few of them, when they learned that Trump had survived the assassination, privately said to themselves, damn? Am I being cynical? Have we all not been alive the last 8 years? Have we all not watched the things that they have said about this man? The things they have said and done to his family? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I'm done buying it, okay? I am just not buying it whatsoever. Do we have a tweet from Biden at all, by the way, team? No tweet.
He's been briefed. He was briefed on an incident.
He was briefed. He was briefed on an incident. No tweet, by the way, from the person that is leading our country. No tweet, right? He didn't want to fire on the, we're so sorry to have learned that Donald Trump lost his life. So now they're re-editing the tweet, right?
We have video of the shooter down on the roof.
Okay, guys, we just have some video coming in right now of the shooter on the roof. So we're going to cut to that footage, and then we're going to go through, we've got almost 40K people that are live right now, which is absolutely incredible. We're going to go through some more of the videos that we showed in the past. But first, let's just show the shooter on the roof. If you're just joining, we heard a remarkable testimony that we are going to show again from a guy who was incredulous because he apparently alerted the Secret Service and a man was crawling the roof. He alerted the police. No one listened to him. And now we're starting to wonder, who are these Secret Service members? Who were these police officers that were alerted and did nothing? Okay, because I'm not buying it. Again, but first, let's cut to this video of the actual shooter who that person said had his head blown off. Take a listen.
Lá em cima, né? Aqui, ó. You can see the guy there. I think they hit him because the guy he looks dead. Tá vendo?
So there we have it. Now we can get our eyes there to understand what roof he was on top of. And again, as I am telling you guys, I have been to these events. I know Donald J. Trump and his entire family. I know the security apparatus and how it works. They scale that. Not only do they scale it, they will usually stake the highest ground.
Biden is allegedly, or is speaking right now live.
Okay, is there any way for us to pull in Biden live?
Yeah, I have it courtesy of Fox.
Okay, guys, so we are going to cut to Joe Biden speaking live and let you guys watch this. This is courtesy of Fox News. You let me know when you can fire this up.
Hang on, I gotta put you in a box with it so it's fair use.
Great, we're just gonna put me in a box with it so it's fair use so that we don't get this stream cut. But yeah, apparently he's had his remarks prepared. That's probably what was taking him so long, is that he wasn't expecting to have to give a speech.
And he's gone.
And he's here and he's gone, away from the podium.
I'll recue it.
Okay, we will recue that in just a second. Did he finish his speech?
I have no idea what he said.
Okay, someone just said that Biden tweeted. We are going to try to take a look at that. Obviously, we're live here, so we might be getting some of this information late. Maybe he already gave his speech, and we might be late.
Yeah, he just finished. It looks like it was only like a minute. Here
1 minute. Okay, you have it in?
Yep.
All right, guys, let's listen to what he said.
Without any problem. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. And everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I am able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. But so far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do, okay?
Mr. President, do you think there was an assassination attempt?
I don't know enough to, I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
Are you worried, President? Was the security failing, Mr. President?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's the leader of our country, guys. That's it. That's all he can afford. What was that, a minute and a half? Not even a minute and a half. Just hey, I'm going to text some people and see what's going on, and I'll get back to you. Hey, do you think it's assassination attempt? Oh, sorry, I can't form thoughts on my own. My handlers haven't told me how to answer these questions. I don't have my normal cards in front of me in big font. You know, I don't have it in front of me in size 92 font with highlights. So I can't obviously just go off the cuff here and answer your questions. And what kind of question is that? Do you think it was an assassination attempt? No. I think it was the 4th of July gone a little too long. I think somebody was just in there scaling the roof with an assault rifle because they were just going, oh, like, you know, let's just see what happens up here as I fire at the president. Yes, it was an assassination attempt. That's what it was. If the president of the United States can't look you and say that, can't look at you and calm you and say, yes, obviously this is insane. Obviously we are getting information up to the minute, but at the moment it looks like an assassination attempt. He can't even do that. There is no power behind him. There's just a deep state behind him, concerned because, oh my gosh, we didn't have 2 weeks to prepare with him being able to nap in between to give remarks like we did for the debate. So instead, and off stage as he pretends that he's leading this country when he is not. And again, call me a cynic. I think they're disappointed that he survived it. That's what I think they're scrambling for. I think they're scrambling because he survived. I don't even know what to think about what is happening in this country. I don't even know how we go forward. And that's a great question. How do we go forward from here when we don't even trust the president speaking? There's no person in that cabinet that I trust. There's not a single individual that I will believe. There's not a single person that can take that podium. Think about that. This is supposed to be the greatest country in the world. And there's not a single person that can grab that mic, not even Karine Jean-Pierre, whatever her name is. Nobody trusts these people anymore. So it's a waste. He might as well stay out there for a minute.
We have the full version of the speech. It's about 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, let's cut that, guys. We got the timing here. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's be clear. Donald J. Trump was shot at from a roof. We heard more from an individual who witnessed the shooting, who gave us 4.5 minutes, than we heard from the alleged leader of the country, Joseph Biden. Biden gave us 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Want to hear the full 2 minutes, 20 seconds? I think you should. Let's take a listen again.
Thanks for coming, folks. I've been thoroughly briefed by all the agencies in the federal government as to the situation, based on what we know now. I have tried to get a hold of Donald. He's with his doctors. Apparently he's doing well. I plan on talking to them shortly, I hope, when I get back to the telephone. Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this. And I want to thank the Secret Service and all the agencies, including the state agencies, that have been engaged in making sure that people and we have more detail to come relative to other people maybe injured in the audience. I don't have all that detail. We'll make that available to you. I may be able to come back a little later tonight, but we'll put out a statement if I'm not able to get, if it's not convenient for you all. But the bottom line is that the Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. And everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I am able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. But so far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do. Okay?
Mr. President, do you think this was an assassination attempt?
I don't know enough to. I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
Are you worried for President's safety? With the security failing?
Guys, I just want to point out there that he said, I may be able to come back later. So he gave us a 2 minutes and 20 seconds and then said, I may be able to come back later. And he probably is not going to come back later because Biden has to sleep. That is the reality that we are facing. That's not a joke. Okay, we learned that at Camp David, that the way that his schedule ran, he could only do an hour of prepping and then he'd have to go take a nap and have his lunch. And so we quite literally know that he likely has Parkinson's disease that is degenerative. And so he can't give us much more than that. And why would he? Why should he have to? He's not running the country. I'm just so sick of this game. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the show. Okay? I'm tired of the mirage. I'm tired of people pretending that we have a democracy. I'm tired of people pretending that it's all a conspiracy theory. Okay? When we have a president that can't speak full sentences, that is pretending like he's running the country, a president that we have known has been on the decline since they ran him in 2020 and refused to let him take the podium, as he called everything a gaffe. They called everything a gaffe, right? The mainstream media. Until suddenly they pressed a button recently, and now they all want to admit that there's something wrong with him. And like I've said on my show multiple times, for those of you that have subscribed to this channel, this is all a show, okay? The deep state decided to get rid of Biden. And now we're all wondering whether or not the deep state has made a decision to get rid of Trump. Because I'm not buying that this is an accident. I'm going to, again, for those of you guys that are just joining, in case you missed it, we're going to show you a couple of things. First and foremost, Chris, let's cue up the clip of the shots ringing out. We're going to show you that, followed by the clip of Trump saying, wait, 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 because I think it's amazing. And then I'm going to show you a clip of the guy who witnessed the entire thing and informed the Secret Service and was pointing to them about the guy. And you can see there's a guy on the roof with a rifle, and you can just hear in his voice that he does not believe that they were not in on it. Like he believes, you can hear it in his voice, that there's no way, based on what he saw, the Secret Service and the other agencies were not aware that this man was scaling a roof with a rifle. So I don't want to put words in his mouth. Let's first show this clip of Donald Trump when the shots first rang out.
You see something that said, take a look at what happened. Oh.
I mean, I'm counting 8 to 10 shots there. And then here's another clip of the Secret Service that are running him off stage immediately following this. And then he just stops and realizes, hey, wait a minute, this is a moment. And I need America to know that it's going to be okay. Take a look.
No.
That right there. That is what you want. Trump gave more in that motion than Biden gave in the confines of his podium, perfectly safe. Trump assured the nation more in that one moment that things would be okay than Biden did after having been briefed, perfectly safe, being ushered out onto a podium. These are your options, guys. These are your options this November, okay? Because it can only be one person that's going to lead this nation. Again, if you're just joining, this is without question, the most important interview. Again, we got this from BBC, a guy who witnessed the shooter scaling the roof and immediately alerted, pointed, said, hey, look, this guy's got a gun. Listen to this man's voice, listen to the tenor, the tone of what he is saying here, and then ask yourself if you believe that this wasn't an inside job. Take a listen.
Someone who was here, you weren't inside the event,
Nope.
but you were just outside. Tell us what you saw.
So we had a party here all day. You can see behind us at the Brinkles Farm and Greenhouse here. We had a party. And we all decided, hey, you know, when we hear Trump up there, we're going to walk up through the field, stand by the trees up there under the shade, and watch and listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, you know. But we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, you know, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle, absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? You know, like they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots rang out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at them for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? I mean, this is not a big place.
Did you see, I mean, obviously everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, just be careful, because we don't quite know who's watching, but you're pretty sure they shot the guy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
It's incredibly shocking.
The guy was on the roof right there. You can see the white roof.
I think Donald's going to speak Spanish soon. Donald Trump.
No, other than he was in muted colors, tan type clothing. We saw the rifle flinging around as he was trying to crawl. I mean, we saw the rifle, 100%.
Do you know about guns? Do you know what kind of weapon it was?
Oh, I absolutely know about guns, for sure. No, I mean, it was a rifle of some sort. I wouldn't know, I wasn't close enough to read the label on it,
but sure. But
it was a rifle of some sort. Yeah, absolutely.
So how do you process what you've just seen?
I don't know what to say, man. All I'll tell you is, if I walked up close to there with anything that Secret Service considered a problem, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you right now. But I don't know why a guy who we're standing there pointing out to police and Secret Service is crawling up the roof.
Were you outside the security perimeter?
Yes, right there by that tree. We were outside the security perimeter. But my question is, there's only a few buildings around here. Why is Secret Service not on every building here?
Well, there's a whole bunch of questions, I think, that are going to come.
There's a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, he is asking the questions that all of us are asking, right? Because again, they are trying to convince us that common sense is a conspiracy. I don't even like the way that journalist is questioning him. Oh, be careful of what you say. We don't know who's watching. What do you mean we don't know who's watching, okay? We're not going to mince our words anymore. Donald Trump, there was an assassination attempt on his life. And the journalist is, we don't know who's watching, so don't say they blew his head off. be careful here. We can live in a country where they're mutilating children, but be careful. We don't want to say blow the head off. That would just be way too much. You might offend people's ears. He asked all the right questions there that we're all asking ourselves. Why were there not Secret Service on the roof? I've never heard of this. I've been around the Secret Service. I know how that security apparatus works, not just their apparatus, but every security apparatus. They're supposed to be the cream of the crop, the Secret Service. So I've had lesser security, and they have performed more. They have done better at making sure that things were going to run smoothly by making sure that they're able to stake out the highest position at any venue. That's common sense. Hunters know that's common sense. You're going to tell me the Secret Service knows common sense? He's telling you they got binoculars, they're watching? Like, what happened here? Because I'm not buying the intelligence failure. I'm not buying the intelligence failure at all. We've got a few more tweets here, guys, I want to take you through just so you can stay up to date on who's commenting. First and foremost, Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., has commented. He said that he spoke to his father on the phone and that he's in great spirits. He will never stop fighting to save America, no matter what the radical left throws at him. Amen. The FBI said in the statement that it was on the scene and working with Secret Service on the investigation. Yeah, no, FBI, the same one that shot MLK. Yep. Same one that shot JFK. Yep, that FBI. They're on the scene. Great. Okay. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about the FBI being on the scene because, you know, they've always been above board. Never, literally never. Not since their founding. Have they ever been above board? Have they not been killing people, including Americans? But I'm glad they're on the scene. I'm really glad they're on the scene because the FBI is definitely not who was behind all the corruption in terms of trying to get Trump out of office. So it's really, is everybody feeling reassured now? The FBI is on the scene, guys. It's going to be totally fine. Not. Okay? Let's sort of arrest them all and ask questions, okay? Because I have a lot of questions right now, and I'm not feeling good about the FBI being on the scene, given the fact that they still won't admit to all the things that they've done in the past, not only to regular Americans, but also to presidents, right? The same FBI that was tapping MLK's phone, telling his wife that he was cheating on him, that FBI? Okay, great, so glad you're on the scene. Great, that's amazing. Everyone here is feeling great about the FBI being on the scene, because I think that means that we have some suspects on the scene. Round them up. Okay, we have Nancy Pelosi on X, and she says, as one whose family has been the victim of political violence, I know she effing did not. I'm done. Yeah. Nancy Pelosi's going to make it about herself. She wants you to remind everyone of her husband in the underwear, and that's what she's going to do. Should I even read what she says after that sentence? Okay, let's just keep going. Nancy Pelosi says, as one whose family has been the victim of political violence, I know firsthand that political violence of any kind has no place in our society. I thank God that former President Trump is safe. So that was just basically 75% about her. And then one little sentence for good measure that she doesn't actually mean, which is that I thank God that former president is safe. She did continue, as we learn more details about this horrifying incident, let us pray that all those in attendance at the former president's rally today are unharmed. Yeah, okay, we got it, Crypt Keeper. I am so done with all of these people. I am sorry, guys. The narcissism of that statement is just unbelievable, okay? President just survived an assassination attempt, and the first thing that she does is tweet about how she can relate because her family has also been through something quite similar, which they actually haven't been at all, okay? This is like unbelievable. Everybody who is asking questions, believing that this might be a deep state operation, you have every right to those questions. Let me tell you that right now, because everyone else is going to tell you that they're not. And all of these fake reporters, when all of these liberals, leftists, Rachel Maddows, neocons try to pretend that, the intelligent academic thing to do here is to wait for more details. No, because what we're waiting for is for things to be hushed. Again, they blew his head off. So now they will set the narrative and they will release whatever they want. Do we have any information? I heard somebody whispering over there that this might have been a Chinese American. Is that correct?
New York Times said Chinese individual, ethnic Chinese. That's not really helpful.
Okay.
If it's an American, okay, but if it's a foreign.
New York Times is reporting that it is a Chinese individual. We don't know if that is a national or whether it's a foreign person, but I do know that on the show we were covering that they were allowing a bunch of Chinese Chinese men across the border. I showed the footage on this show, right? They were not coming with families. They were dressed in all black. They looked very sleek. They were coming across the border. It was Chinese and Kazakhstan, okay? Nationals coming across the border in an operation. And I covered it on the show, on my old show, actually. And I said, well, what we can anticipate is what I believe is going to be a false flag event. And so now here we have, and again, I'm speaking freely here. I don't know if this could have been a Chinese American, but now we at least know that somebody who is Chinese has done this.
That was New York Post, not Times. But...
And that was coming from the New York Post, not the New York Times, pardon. So the New York Post is reporting that this is a Chinese individual, and I am going to be unbelievably suspicious if this is going to be a person that just came into the country a few months ago when I was covering it on my show. I'm going to be very suspicious. I'm actually going to find the footage of me saying that. Pay attention to this, America, is what I said, because we're getting ready for a false flag event, because I can smell it. The deep state wants war. And what they're going to do to get that war is they always do that war, false flag events. Have you seen my episode on 9/11? How many people in the chat right now actually still believe that 9/11 just was 100% something that happened without any prior knowledge from anyone else? Anybody else still believing in that? If you are, wake up. Wake up. This is your country now, okay? Set aside the psychological game of being called a conspiracy theorist. Again, you guys study the history of psychology in this country. Look up who Edward Bernays was, okay? The father of propaganda. He credits himself with even convincing Americans to eat breakfast, because that wasn't a thing until he did it. Okay, he showed how you can literally attack people's psyche and make them believe things that are untrue. You can make people not believe their own eyes. Edward Bernays, the nephew of Sigmund Freud, okay? By the way, these people were Satanists. This is what they worship. They were Satanists, is what they were. I'm talking about this a lot on my show. Look more into the moon landing. Look more into the origins of NASA. We're covering all these topics. We're taking all of the figurative bullets from the mainstream media, and we don't care anymore. We don't care. This is what this channel is about. And if this channel ever goes away, I'm creating my own network in the background. I'm building because I'm expecting that. I'm expecting that to happen. Because when you pursue truth unapologetically, your agenda, it's bigger than politics, right? We know who they're actually after, man. And I'm telling you, in this country, it's always been about, all around the world, it's been about Christ. They hate truth. They invert truth. Everything that they are doing is an inversion of the truth, is an inversion of justice, because they hate all of us. These people are devilish, and I mean that. And so you're probably wondering, what do we do from here? The answer is, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm going to ask you guys to do a simple thing and just start saying the truth, okay? Start supporting the truth. Stop supporting people that lied to you. My sisters are visiting this weekend. Oh, fun visit, and I'm down to, here I am doing this live. But my sister said to me, she said, your ability to just say it like you did to Don Lemon. And, she's in corporate America, and she's talking about how they're being forced to use people's pronouns and how they're being told where she works that if a man who believes he's a woman walks into the bathroom and she walks out, she can get in trouble, okay? And she said, I just don't even know. And I said, just say it, okay? You just have to be willing to risk something. Whether you're losing your job, which might be the circumstance for my sister, you might get fired. People might laugh at you, you might lose your friends. But it's going to be a lot worse if we lose this country to these psychopaths. And we are losing this country to these psychopaths because good people are saying nothing. To end this with something that is optimistic, it is my belief that the overwhelming majority of Americans do not believe in this. That the overwhelming majority of Americans disagree with the agenda that's being forced upon us. The overwhelming majority of Americans, they may not like Trump, but they would have never wanted him to go through what he went through today. I genuinely believe that. I am hopeful that even on the left, the Democrats, they be crazy. We know they say crazy things, but I believe they do that, believing that they're doing good. The overwhelming majority of them. What we're actually fighting right now is a radical fringe. And the reason why this radical fringe has gained so much territory is because they're loud. They put their money where their mouth is, okay? They're a powerful radical fringe. They text people in group chats when they want to take somebody out every day. There's a hit piece about me. Oh, Candace doesn't believe in this. She's a flat earther. Candace is a Holocaust. And then they get all these articles out and they try to take somebody out, but they're the minority. I mean, this small is who they are, but they're a loud, powerful group of individuals. You know, something that somebody said to me is, what is the one thing that every slave civilization, every civilization that's ever had slavery, what is the one thing that they have in common? The answer is that there were always more slaves. I want to leave you with that. I want you to think about that. There were always more slaves. All it took was a powerful group of people to convince people to allow themselves to be enslaved. Today is a day that will live in infamy. It really is. I don't say that with anything other than a true understanding that today is a day that will live in infamy. It is. We will never forget today. And so what we all have to do is decide how we are going to impact things tomorrow. You guys, thank you so much for joining me on this Saturday. Thank you guys for more than that, for everyone that has supported my independence. Genuinely, I'm so grateful. I'm eternally grateful. For those of you that went to locals.com and are supporting me monthly so I can stay independent, so I can do this sort of a thing, jump up on a Saturday and just speak to you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I think the best way to end this is with this photo of Trump. We can throw this in right now. Chris? That's just the photo. Because this is, it's promising and it's hopeful in and of itself. Just Trump, the flag, his fist in the air, and knowing that in the end, if we stick with truth and we have courage, we will absolutely win, you guys. Take a look at some of your comments. Chris, let me know when you've got that. There we are. You guys, I will probably not see you on Monday because I'm just ranting here. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.